So Natupla from Colombia develops bio-based resins from renewable resource in agricultural waste. And these materials are also biodegradable in industrial and home compost or in the environment, including water. So, curious about that? Then please listen to Catherine Carrillo. She is COO and co-founder of Natupla.
Perfect. Thank
Welcome.
you, Alexis. Does this work? Yeah. Thank you. All right. Thank you, everyone, for being here. My name is Catherine. Today, I would like to share with you how we, all the plastic consumers, can actually make plastic waste disappear. I could confidently say that each of us have at least one plastic item with you, either in your pen, your badge holder, or even on your clothes. I could also say that maybe we wouldn't be sitting here if it wouldn't be because of plastic. Perhaps you were expecting me to say that plastic is bad. Well, due to the combination of its properties and its low cost, plastic is actually one of the best materials that have been created over the last century. The problem is that it has created some imbalance on the system, and I am going to share a bit more with you about that. In 1950, there was only 2 million tons of plastic produced. That was not so much, so we were able to manage it. But over the last years, we have reached to 460 million tons, so meaning that in the last decade, we are producing what we produced over the last 40 years. And if we continue with this trend, we are going to produce twice more of this number by 2040. 15% of the plastic that we produce is intended to be recycled, but only actually 9% make it to be recycled. This is because sometimes, as you have heard from the other pitches, it's difficult to do it, it's not feasible, or it's not economically viable. And we're speaking especially about packaging and lightweight plastic. As you know, most of it comes from fossil fuels, accounting for 3.4% of the global greenhouse gas emissions. And at the end of its life cycle, 91% of all of the plastic we produce gets incinerated, goes into the landfill, or is mismanaged, especially when we're talking about the waste management systems in developing countries. To land this a bit on the global south context, and especially the Colombian context, the one that I am more aware of, we produce 1.4 million tons of plastic per year, and only 9% of this gets recycled, despite we don't have a good waste management system, nor a good separation at source. There are 6,000 people that are working as waste pickers, normally under informal conditions or precarious working conditions. There is no one-fit solution for all. So, under the cradle-to-cradle concept, we believe that materials that have a longer lifespan could follow the technical cycle, and we should work on their recyclability. We should improve their recyclability. But consumables should follow the biological cycle and return back to the source. At Natupla, we develop bio-based and compostable materials that have the potential to replace hard-to-recycle plastics. We do this aiming to reduce the carbon footprint that the plastic creates, also to avoid plastic polluting at the end of the life. The way we do it is that we work partially with renewable resources and partially with agricultural byproducts. With a combination of these two things, we create our technology that can be used in traditional plastic machines. At the end of the life, our products can be composted either at home or at industrial facilities, and in case it gets mismanaged and is going to end up on the landfill or is going to end up on the water, then it will disappear without any harm, of course. What makes us different is that first, we believe that sustainability shouldn't be only for a niche of people or a niche of a market. So we aim to develop all of our products with a competitive price to the bioplastic alternatives that you can find on the market, but also that can be competitive with traditional plastic. We also aim to be sustainable by design, so meaning that all of the products, all of the raw materials that we design are thought to be used and disposed. So we think about how our products are gonna be molded and used, and how are they, at the end of their lives, gonna be disposed, so we can create the best material for the case that is gonna be used. And finally, we know that we have a hard competitor, technically speaking. We need to compete with plastic. But what we're doing is aiming to understand what is the use case, what is the best design we can offer, and how this material can be processed in traditional machines. These are some of the products that we have developed. The first one is a water-soluble resin that can be used in extruders and injection molding, but that also can be in contact with food. And we have 3 more products, the sugar, cacao, and corn base, that are also made from byproducts of the agricultural waste in Colombia. As we develop the raw material, we have the chance to use these different materials in different use cases. So these 4 that you can see here are the ones we are currently testing with potential customers. So a replacement for toys that are for dogs, lollipop sticks, bags for weights, and cup sleeves. But as the material can be used in several ways, we are also hoping to develop alternatives for the shipping industry, the fashion industry, etc. What we aim to do is to be able to develop the material depending on what the customer needs and understanding how the value chain is built. What we have so far, we have been working over the last 2 years in our technology development. We have a pilot plan and a laboratory and a capacity to transform material of 2 tons per month, not 22. We have a patent pending material, and we are currently testing with customers. In 2024, we expect to obtain our certification for the bio-based and compostable material, and to build our capacity to 200 tons per month, consolidate our business as well, and to consolidate our research center for new materials. In 2025, we expect to expand our production plan and strengthening the social impact of local producers of starch in Colombia, as well to develop new products for the revalorization of waste. We believe also that businesses can be done differently. So we aim to integrate the current value chain of the plastic, including the plastic transformers, the plastic collectors, and as well to bring benefits for the farmers in Colombia due to the sourcing of local materials. So if you are looking for an alternative for a plastic product that you have, or if you are working on the plastic alternative sector, or you are looking for organizations to fund, please reach out to us. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
That was on time.
Catherine.